When you try treatment after treatment for chronic pain and nothing works, it is easy to feel helpless. And science shows that feeling out of control can actually make pain more intense and lead to more suffering. But even small steps can help you get some of that control back. Let me show you how to start. I want to talk about something many people never hear about in the doctor's office. So, today, let's talk about the way your brain, your emotions, and your sense of control can change how strong pain feels. When we talk about your brain, your emotions, and your sense of control over pain, this does not mean pain is in your head, okay? Your pain is real. Your suffering is real. But understanding how the brain works can give you more tools to help yourself. And even small changes can make a big difference. So let's take a gentle, science-based look at why pain feels the way it does and what you can do to feel a bit more in control. Most people think pain works like a simple alarm. Something hurts in the body, the signal travels to the brain, and you feel pain. Well, but science shows that pain is not just a body signal. Pain is an experience created by the brain after it mixes together many things, like the pain signals from the body, your emotions, your attention, your memories, your level of stress, and whether you feel in control or helpless. Pain is like a volume knob, not an on and off switch, and the brain is the one turning the knob. This means the same injury can feel very different from person to person and even from day to day in the same person. This is why you might say, why my pain is worse today? I didn't do anything different. Your body didn't change, but your brain's volume knob may have. And that's not your fault. It's how the brain protects you. Before we continue, please remember that this video is not intended to give you medical advice. It is for educational purposes only. Talk to your doctor or therapist if you need personal information. And if there is any emergency, please call an ambulance or go to the nearest emergency department. Scientists have studied how people feel pain in many situations. And one thing they found is that predictability matters. When pain is predictable, the brain feels safer. When it's unpredictable, the brain becomes more alert and the pain feels stronger. Attention also plays a big role. When you focus on pain, the brain turns the volume up. When you are distracted, the brain often turns the volume down. This is why pain sometimes feels less intense when you are busy or having fun, and worse when you are stressed, alone, or lying awake at night. It doesn't mean you are imagining your pain. It means your brain is paying more attention to it. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful things that changes pain: control. Research shows that when people feel they have even a little control over pain, the pain feels less intense and less unpleasant. But when people feel helpless, like nothing they do makes a difference, the brain turns the pain up. This happens in everyday life too. If you have tried many treatments and nothing seems to work, you may start to feel like you have no control. This can increase both pain and suffering. And here's the tricky part. Different people respond to control in different ways. Some people feel better when they control the pain, and others feel more stressed by trying to control it. This depends partially on your locus of control, which means your belief about whether you can influence what happens to you. People with an internal locus of control tend to believe, I can influence my life. But people with an external locus of control tend to believe, life mostly happens to me. Neither is right or wrong. They're just different ways people learn to cope. But they do affect how control changes pain. Now, let's talk about something very important. Pain and suffering are not the same. Pain is the interpretation of a physical sensation. It might be sharp, dull, burning, aching, or stabbing. It is like taste is the interpretation of a physical sensation that combines the sensations from the taste buds, the smell, the consistency, the colors, and even the previous memory of that food. When a wine expert tastes wine, their brain is combining all of that experience in various sensations. And the more they do it, the better they get at distinguishing a good wine from a bad wine. But they're all wine. They stimulate the same taste buds in the mouth. However, the experience and conclusion can be totally different. Suffering is the emotional weight of the pain. It includes worry, fear, frustration, sadness, and the feeling that pain is taking over your life. These two things can change separately. For example, your pain may stay the same, but your suffering can go down. Or your pain may get worse, but your suffering might improve if you understand what's happening. Suffering often comes from the meaning the pain has in your life. If you think, this pain means I'm getting worse, or this pain means I won't be able to live my life, the brain feels threatened and suffering increases. But if you understand why pain changes and that pain does not always mean damage, the threat levels drop and suffering goes down. Even before your pain changes, your relationship with pain can change, and that can be life-changing. Many people with chronic pain work very hard to get better. You try exercises, medications, treatments, diets, gadgets, therapies, and sometimes these don't bring the relief you hoped for. This trying and trying without success can create a deep sense of hopelessness. The brain starts to think, no matter what I do, nothing helps. This is one of the strongest drivers of suffering. It does not mean you're weak, it means you're human. And it means the brain is trying to protect you in its own way. The good news is that you can rebuild a sense of control, even with small steps, and this can help reduce suffering. You don't need to control all your pain to feel better. Even tiny moments of control can help the brain turn the volume down. Here are some gentle ideas. Control your attention. Focus on things you enjoy, even for a few minutes. Control your routines. Make small, regular habits that help your body feel safe. Control your reactions. Learn tools like breathing, pacing, or stretching. Control your understanding. Learn about pain science so the pain feels less threatening. Every small success tells your brain, I can influence my life, and that's powerful. Your pain is real, your suffering is real, and your brain plays a big role in both. You're not imagining your pain, you are not failing, and you are not alone. Understanding how your brain works is not about blaming you, it's about empowering you. And even small changes in control, meaning, and attention can help dial down the pain and reduce suffering. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope this video brought clarity, comfort, and hope. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.